Well, good morning to you, tuberubers and tuberettes alike around the place, everywhere. Good, good to see you. Come on in and sit down. And, take a load off. It's a Friday morning, the 19th of July. Last night I stayed up a little bit, I guess you'd say. I was up till about 10:15 or 10:30 and listening to former President Trump. I don't. I haven't listened to any talking heads this morning analyzing his speech or anything like that. But I'll tell you, I was surprised. I sat there and listened to that guy, and I really didn't time the speech, but I'm guessing it was close to 45 minutes. And it was like another dude. I mean, the Donald Trump that I remember, I don't recall ever listening to more than about 3 to 5 minutes of his dialogue or monologue or whatever. And this is a different guy. And I don't mean some body double changing. I mean, he's gone through a huge transition with this attempt on his life. I think that's part of it. That's some of my guess, and I have heard others commenting to that effect that his visage has changed. His eyes are different now. And so, at any rate, it's an interesting thing. It was an excellent speech in a lot of ways, but I was very surprised in my own mind at how human this guy sounds. In other words, he comes across, and I thought the snarky communist news network and MSLSD and all of those people are going to have nothing good to say about this guy ever. And yet I thought this was one of the most measured and I guess you'd call it adult speeches I've ever heard. I mean, he did a great job. It's worth going back and listening to it if you missed it. And it's just something about his carriage is different here. I can't really put my finger on it. Today's I'm going to get off early from work and go on down. I've got cataracts and at 65, and so anyway, the eye doc they're gonna go in today this afternoon, and I guess go through and really scope it out both eyes because eventually both lenses will be changed. And I guess they're doing a prescription. You know what I mean? You'd have to know the angle of the pitch on that lens before you put it in there, wouldn't you? And they're not generic. And so I believe it's 2 weeks from today was what I heard once upon a time, and I'll recheck all that. And 2 weeks from today, I believe it will do the right eye. 1 week later, it would do the left eye. 1 week after that, in theory, we're done. And that's kind of what I was looking for. I looked online, and some sources said that after cataract surgery, you might have to be in, kind of the rehabilitation or whatever you call it for up to 4 to 6 weeks. And I thought, ouch, that's going to hurt financially to be out of work that long. And we'll see how it goes. But I'm kind of looking forward to it. I had poor vision ever since I was a little kid, of course. And I thought, I've never really had vision like this guy is describing. He says, I'll have to have my lenses prescription changed. I'm like, I think 2,600. As I understand the premise, what a person with what they would call normal clear vision can focus on at 600 feet away, I would have to be 20 feet away. So in other words, he's saying that when he's all done, in theory, all I'll need is a prescription for reading, up close stuff, which is like what they used to call farsighted, which is the opposite of me. I'm nearsighted. So anyway, enough about eyeballs. Get out there, have a good day. It's a Friday, and do what you can. And if you get a chance to listen to former President Trump speak, it was an okay convention in a lot of ways. I mean, I've seen these kinds of things off and on over the years. I've never seen anything like this. This was almost more like a church service in a way, mixed with a a political party. I mean, like a party with people hats on and toot horns and stuff. It was very well put together. The I think the Democrats are probably copying out notes as fast as they can to add some kind of life into their dismal goings on that are coming up soon, I think. And so it was very well done, but it struck me as almost like a catechism kind of idea of being in a religious environment. There were religious themes being involved, and but they weren't necessarily Christian by any stretch. You know, if you were a Sikh or if you were a Hindu, you could go along with anything they had to say about God. And so something, all my little spider sense alarms were going off in that there is no God but Yahweh. There is no Savior but Jesus Christ, and the Spirit enforces this. And so there's an idea where, if you want to talk about God, do you mean the one who named himself I am that am, that God, or are you talking about some generic God? And if it's a generic God, you can make political hay with that. If it's the gospel, well, then that's a different story. And so I noticed the weird gaudy, Goddy, the gaudy verbiage and stuff like that. And you're supposed to read between the lines that we mean, by the way, the God of the Bible. Well, I don't know if we do or if we don't, but I do, and you do. So insist on the real deal. No fakes, no phonies, no artificial, imitations. There's one king, and however exciting Donald Trump might be these days to watch in person, Jesus Christ blows his doors off. Everything that Trump knows about how to attract and influence people, it's all those things are gifts from the guy who invented that stuff. So make Friday a good day to follow Jesus, and I give thanks for Mr. Trump being alive. I'm glad he's still here, and I'm not trying to downplay the guy. I'm just saying that if there's a God involved, it better be the real one, or I'm already out of here. Have a good day, and bye bye. Don't let him get you down, and remember, you're better than anyone ever even guessed at what it is you do. But sometimes we don't even know what we do best. And so you have to observe and learn as you go along during the day. You have to be willing to accept new ideas and new ways of looking at things that don't, contradict the right or the true, but are just ideas you just never thought of, and life works so much better. Aren't you glad someone invented refrigerated air conditioning? Anyway, bye-bye, and thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming by.